In early 2020, the world witnessed an unprecedented crisis that would have far-reaching impacts on the industries across the globe. The aviation industry, once soaring through new heights, found itself faced with challenges it had never encountered before. Before the pandemic, the aviation industry was a symbol of connection and globalization. Passenger numbers were on the rise and airlines were expanding routes to meet the new grounding demand. Then, in early 2020, the world came to a standstill. Travel restrictions were imposed, borders closed, and flights were grounded as the pandemic swept across the globe. The aviation industry faced a staggering economic blow. Airlines faced financial turmoil, leading to layoffs, furloughs, and even bankruptcies. As the pandemic slowly came under control, the aviation industry embarked on a journey to recovery. Vaccination efforts and eased travel restrictions offered a glimmer of hope for the aviation industry's revival. As the aviation industry continues to write its story in the aftermath of the pandemic, one thing remains clear: it has been forever changed. The road to recovery is challenging, but the spirit of innovation and determination within the industry shines bright.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne, known as Aviation Air Program, and I'm going to be talking about how COVID-19 affected the aviation industry. The coronavirus affected so many people by getting sick, and numerous of people died from that virus, and it was so scary when it happened. Another thing when it happened was it affected jobs, business, also cuts. It affected everything, including airports, airlines, even aircraft retirements, which was sad. It affected everything. But the whole world managed to find the cure for COVID-19, which is the vaccine.
So as you know, during the COVID-19 pandemic, people all over the world largely chose not to travel because they didn't want to risk, number one, contracting the disease and getting infected, and they also didn't want to risk, for example, traveling overseas to a country that they weren't a citizen of, that they didn't belong to. They didn't want to risk traveling to another country, and then with borders closing virtually all over the place, they didn't want to risk getting stuck in that country for an indefinite period of time, and again, also they didn't want to risk getting infected. So those two factors are the main two reasons why passenger numbers took such a big hit, such a big drop during the COVID-19 pandemic. And also because vaccines took some time to roll out, that's why it took some time for those numbers to recover as well.
COVID changed aviation forever, and we still see its impacts today. Overnight, airlines retired their fleets. Their flagship aircraft, British Airways, they retired their 747s overnight because they simply could not afford the cost of those fuel guzzlers. A380s, which were before COVID actually seen as aircraft with no future, and they were retired because inevitably everyone thought that's the end. But then the hike in tourism, like the effects after COVID's recovery, it invited A380s to come once again enter the market, and we saw their increase, and now they have a brighter future. Airlines closed down, but also airlines found new opportunities to increase their fleet by getting aircraft at a cheaper rate. We saw many new routes. Pakistan got a lot of new airlines because it was a good opportunity. Overall, I believe COVID-19 did not just have negative impacts, but positive impacts too. But one thing's for sure, financially, this aviation industry will never be the same.
and show some love to my very good friend DP Aviation. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to him. Check out his content, he's so amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DP, for having me on. Make sure you subscribe to DP Aviation.
Also subscribe to DP Aviation.